Hi, I'm Karen, also known as the Preacher Lady. This week's devotion, Interpreting the Law. With the election looming and a Supreme Court seat to be filled, there's been a lot in the news about interpreting the law. How do we interpret the law? Will the judge selected interpret the law the way I do? The Matthew scripture for this week has a lot to say about that very topic. This is Matthew 22, verses 34 through 40. When the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together, and one of them, a lawyer, asked a question to test him. "Teacher, which commandment in the law is the greatest?" He said to him, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophets." Lawyers, even back in Jesus' day, were trying to mold the law to fit what they wanted. They were trying to trick Jesus. They were trying to trap him. And what does Jesus do? He quotes Leviticus, their own book of laws. This wasn't something that Jesus made up here on the spot. They all knew this. And Jesus even went a step farther. He not only told them the greatest commandment, he told them the second one as well. When working with children, they often protested, "It's too hard to remember all the 10 commandments." So I told them there was an easier way to remember. If you love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind, you will keep the first 4 commandments. You won't have any other gods before God or make idols. You won't use the Lord's name wrongfully, and you'll remember the Sabbath day. And if you truly love your neighbors as you love yourself, then you'll have the last 6 licked. If you love your neighbor, you will honor your parents. You won't murder or commit adultery or steal or lie or covet what belongs to your neighbor. To put it simply, if you love God, you wouldn't want to hurt God. You would want to make God happy. And it's the same with your neighbors. If you love them, you wouldn't want to do anything that would hurt them, and you would want them to be happy. I know, it's easier said than done. We are all sinners, and we're all going to fail sometimes. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. By putting the needs and happiness of others first, let's see what happens. I'm not sure that the lawyers and judges today would be any happier with this answer than they were in Jesus' day. But it does make me think, what would happen if all the laws were interpreted by the rule of love? Is this law loving our neighbor as ourselves? Is this law loving God? All of the hundreds of laws in Leviticus are supposed to fit under these two. I wonder how many of our modern laws would make the cut. It's something to think about. Have a blessed week.